What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy. Welcome back to another Web Week game that I'm doing. This time around, I'm going to be getting a little bit more into my creative side / also puzzle solving a little bit. The game I'm going to play this time around is called Doodle God. And while I kind of slightly wish it had a different name, because I don't like using the word God just being thrown out there randomly. It's a very different kind of game than most of the other ones you're going to find out there, if you ask me. So here we have the opening screen of Doodle God. Illuminati symbol. Danger. Anyway. But, like I said, so the basic idea of this game is to take things and combine them to make new things. So let's just, yeah. I'm gonna skip the introductory story here. So it gives you these 4 basic elements that you can start off with, and you have to combine those to create new things. Give me a moment, because I'm wondering if, like, the sound effects and all that are going to get really loud here. So I'm just going to turn off the sound for the game, because I don't think it's that significant. So, you can have 2 of these things, and combine them. So, for example, you just had rock and fire combined to make lava. And then, as you see, the lava then shows up as a new element within the fire group. I don't know why they call all of these elements, because some of the things you end up with are not elements, but anyway. Some of the combinations you get are rather obvious. Some of them are not. Like, why would fire and water suddenly create alcohol? That's a little confusing. Okay, what if we do water and lava? Is that just going to make rock? Okay, it makes stone and steam, which are 2 entirely new things. And that's the thing. Early on in this game, you get a lot of combinations of things that are just entirely new, multiple at the same time. So, I kind of doubt, just because there are 115 of these, that I'm actually going to be able to do all of this in one go. But anyway. Can you do air and sand? No. They literally just don't let you do that. Okay. So, any of the stuff that can't be combined, it just does that little shaky thing like that. So then, you can't do that. Air and fire, what does that make? And now we have an entirely new category that we just opened up. But anyway, I'm trying to do all of the possible air combinations right now. So we did air and fire. How about air and lava? Make stone. Okay, we already have that. And you see, that's some of the things you're going to wind up having overlap, because, that just kind of makes sense with some of the stuff that you're going to end up doing. So it was dust and fire that made ash. I would assume if you combine ash with the other stuff, it's not going to work. Okay. Alright. Let's go air and water. What does that do? More steam. Okay. You see, I mean, logically, that makes sense as what would happen, how they would combine, but it's not anything new, so it's not exactly very helpful to completing the game. Just in case, because I don't think we did any of those. No, okay. Yeah. So far, I've gotten all of 13 of these elements out of 115. So I don't think that's really going to give me enough time to do all this. But again, the basic idea is really you just ultimately you end up just doing every single possible combination you can think of just because otherwise you might end up missing something. Because as I said before, some of the combinations are not exactly all that logical. Like, the whole fire and water to make alcohol, it's... Okay, maybe kinda, but... Oh yeah, I did that one already. But suddenly fire and alcohol make energy? That doesn't make sense to me. And it's those kinds of combinations that you're really probably going to miss if you don't just try every single possible combination. Alright, so I did the fire in the sand to make glass. See, that makes sense. That's actually how you do that kind of stuff in real life. Lava and earth. No. Okay. So I think we've done all of those combinations. Tried fire and glass. Yeah, okay. Fire and stone makes metal. Okay. So we didn't do all of them. Fire and metal? No. Okay. Okay. And you see, there will be times where it's like, you're pretty sure you've done all the combinations, but then there end up being more. Because you've created more already, and then, yeah. Just real quick, trying to combine energy with all of them. Hello. Okay. Energy and metal, making electricity. I guess, kinda, because, like, if you're running electricity into a house, that is how you would do it through, like, copper wires and that kind of stuff, or maybe not always copper anymore. So I realize now this is just kind of turning into a game of try everything, but you know. So I guess something else I should get into while I'm thinking about it with this game, or really with stuff like this game. This is not the only game by this publisher that's in this same style. There's also one called there's also a Doodle Devil game. And of course, that one has me even more like, okay, really? we're just gonna okay. And now I've created a very specific alcoholic drink. So honestly, the main reason it ends up taking a while is just because you're like sitting here trying everything out. But if you haven't noticed from what I've been doing just recently, you can combine elements, as they call them, from the same category. Okay. So I guess the logic with that one is you got two stones, you're striking them together like flint to make fire? Because otherwise that does not make any sense to me. Let's see, so, some of them, you have to take some slight leaps in logic for them to actually really make any sense. But But yeah, anyway. And this is right around where I start getting stuck. Because there's probably just like that one certain combination that I missed somewhere, but I can't really remember what it is. So there is this button here that gives you a list of different combinations that you've done and the reactions that they made. But it only helps so much because there's so many of these that you can look through. And then I guess there's also this button that gives you an idea of things that you could potentially combine. Earth and air. We did that already. And sometimes even the hints won't necessarily give you a new combination. They'll just... Or they won't give you a new element necessarily. They'll just give you a new combination that you haven't necessarily already done yet. So, yeah, it's really a very hit or miss kind of thing with this game. So, oh, hello. A boiler. And this is why I feel like I need to air quote the word element within this game. Because a boiler is not an element. Maybe if I put water with the boiler. No, nothing, really. So, if you're into kind of, you know, creative exploration, seeing where, you know, what all things you could possibly make, just given different combinations of basic elements and some other things like that, and how far that goes. I forget if it's that one in particular. Eventually, in the games like that, you start actually, like, somehow making people and also much more complicated machinery and just all these sorts of highly advanced things that you get just from combining the newer elements you create with the other stuff that you either started with or other things that you created along the way. And so the possible combinations, as you saw, get to be kind of ridiculous. It becomes a very long list, because if there are 115 elements, and you essentially have the potential ability to combine every single one of them with each other, I don't know what the heck 115 squared is off the top of my head. Anyway, it's a lot. So, yeah. I guess that's kind of all I've got this time around. Just something fun, different, interesting I thought I would explore. Like I said, I really haven't seen that many other games out there that are like this. I mean, obviously, you know, nowadays you've got kind of the bigger, more popular games like Minecraft and Terraria and things like that are all about combining different basic blocks together. That's all I've got this time around, I guess. As always, like and share if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, click the bell button, check the box. If you want to make sure that you have all the different ways of interacting and keeping up with me, I'll leave all that information down in the description, including my social media pages and all that kind of stuff. Feel free to leave comments on other games you'd like me to play, or your thoughts on this game, if you want me to do other games in the series, or if you want me to do more of that particular game. That's all I've got. So, I hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Stay cool, people.